everyone, welcome back to my studio. Today it's been kind of rainy outside, but the birds are singing outside my patio here. So I wanted to show you some altered paper clips that I've been working on. These are kind of a fast and easy way to make some double pocket paper clips for junk journals and scrapbooking. So you can kind of see on the back it's got the paper clip there, and then you can put in a couple of little embellishments. I've just got a couple tags in the top and a heart here, and then a little flower. So I'm going to show you today how quick and easy these are to make. So let's scoot these up out of the way and let's get started with this one today. I am starting with just a piece of cardstock, and this is a double-sided piece of cardstock. It happens to be floral on both sides. This measures 2.5 inches wide, and then I just cut this down from a 12 by 12. But if you've got a scrap piece of paper, it really only needs to be around 10 inches long to do this project. So what I'm going to do to start out, like I said, this is 2.5 across, approximately. It doesn't have to be perfect, but what I want to do is mark this with a pencil at 2.5. And then I'm just going to start some folds with that. Move that out of the way a little bit, but I'm just going to go up to my line that I just made there. We're just going to fold. Actually, I'm going to flip it over this way so I can see my line. There it is. Just want to kind of make a straight fold right across there. And then I'm going to give it a little press down, and I am going to do that 3 times. This will all make sense in just a little bit. All right, and then on this top section, I'm just going to cut that off, that extra little piece off. I can use it for a different paper craft project. All right, I'm going to open this back up, and then I'm going to cut off this very last piece. And snip it right across there. I'm going to save that, and right now, before I go any further, I'm going to cut this down to 1.5 inches. Kind of find a section that I like more on there, probably this bottom part. Let's see, let's go this way. So I'm thinking when I get it in there, I want to see which part of the flowers I like better. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just go with right there, 1.5 inches. And I could get out my cutter and do this, but I'm just scissoring this today. Like I said, this is really fast and simple. So I've got my couple marks. Let's cut across there to my other one. And then what I want to do with this little piece, I'm going to flip it over this way, is I am going to find center of this. So since this is 2.5, 1.25, put another little mark. Then I'm going to get my little round cutter. And now I'm going to get my little round 1-inch punch, and I'm just going to center this up and cut a little groove out right in the middle. And then I've got my very first piece ready to go. Okay, we'll set that aside, and then we'll go back to this little guy. I'm going to crease these edges one more time on both sides so it's nice and crisp. So now let's get back to this, and I got to decide which one of these colors that I want to be at the bottom and which one to be at the top. And I think for this one I'm going to have the yellow part be the top. So when I finished, it's going to look like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a little notch in the top of this one as well. I'm going to do the same thing that I just did and go over 1.25 inches and make a little mark, and then cut that out with my 1-inch hole punch as well. Okay, good. Okay, so I want to fold this next. I want to fold this in an accordion style. So I'll have one in the back, one in the middle, one in the front, instead of fold. Okay. So I want to fold it that way, and then on this back part, I'm going to put my paper clip. And I'm just going to use, these are more the jumbo ones instead of the little standard size one, but I'm going to put the small end in the middle, like so. But before I put that on, I'm going to go ahead and glue with a glue stick this whole back little section, this whole square. I'm going to put it on there pretty thick. I want that to stay well. I'm going to put this in the middle now. And I'm also going to add some of this tacky glue around it. You can use any kind of wet glue really for this part. I'm going to put a little around it. We'll straighten that back up. And then I'm going to fold that so it completely adheres to that part. Press down well. So this is not a hidden paperclip one. This one will show in the back. A lot of the tutorials I've done before have all been hidden. But these little pockets are pretty, I thought. So next, since we do want this to be a pocket, I'm only going to glue this next section here and here. And again, I'm going to use my wet glue for that. Kind of keep it to the end as much as I can so that my pocket's got plenty of room in there. There we go for that part. Press that down well. Okay, so now we've got this other piece that we cut earlier, and we are going to put it right here at the bottom. Add a little glue on the side, on the bottom, and on the side, but again not at the top because we want that little pocket. There we go. Sometimes if you have just a little extra, you can trim that off. Don't worry about that at all. All right. So we're going to let that dry for just a second. And I'm going to pull over the things that I want to put into this pocket once it dries. And I have a little heart that I've punched out. I've just used this. It's a 1 7/16 inch heart punch. That fits in here well. And then I've got a little tag that I've made just with cutting off each angle of a blue rectangle, and then I've got a little flower. This is like a little silk flower that matches all the other ones, and then I've just got a tag. I saw lots of these in my Etsy shop. And then the last thing is just the little gem that I'm going to put in the middle of the flower. So let's go ahead and start adding that. I might put the flower on first to give this just a little more time to dry. Of course, if I wasn't filming, I'd just set this aside and let it all do its thing, but let's just get this. But we're just going to get this done. So let me add a little tacky glue to the back of this. Put it right in the corner. And then I'm going to put this little gem right in the middle of that. This is just the way that I'm kind of decorating this up, but of course this is the fun part with it. You get to do it however you want. So now I'm going to stick that tag in here. It would be fun too to use some lace on this. Buttons. Gosh, just about anything you can think of embellishment wise. Tickets and other things too. But don't those turn out kind of cute? Let that one dry. I do have some, and I haven't decided whether or not I want to add it to it, but I have these. Let me pull this down so you can see all of them in frame here. But I do have this little book from It's Me and My Big Ideas. It's just a happy memory keeping. And I saw, I marked it here, they have these down at the bottom. And I thought those might be kind of pretty to put on there as well. Like this one says Happy Day. And that might be, oops, stuff's falling. That might be kind of pretty maybe on this one to add in there, and I just can't decide if I want to or not. You know, let's do it. Let's just poke it down here all on the bottom to keep them kind of the same. Let's put Happy Day on this one, if I can get it straight. Yeah, I do like that. Let's do that. Okay, see what else I have before I close out here that these will work for. And let's see. Let's put kind of a lighter color on that one. This one says hooray. I'll put that right underneath that flower. Yeah, I think I do like that. And then let's use this brighter color on this one. It says I love today. Put it under that flower, just so they're all kind of the same. Let's see. Let's use documented for this one over here. And then we've got one more there. Let's see which one would look good on that. How about just Happy Day? From what I've got left, that might be the best. There we go. So that was kind of fun to add those sentiments to it. If you've got some things like some butterfly stickers, that might be pretty to add as well. Or some little, any kind of little embellishments that you have would be really cute on these. So that is that. Let me pull each one up here real quick so you can see them. I really like the groove that's in each one of these. Kind of pretty. And then these last two. So that's just another fun, fast, easy, quick little project to do to alter some paper clips. So that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me again today, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.